Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, yogis, to day 28 of our 30-day challenge. Before we get started, I just want to do a little happy dance. Day 28, that's awesome. You're doing awesome. We have, after today's class, 2 more days, and you have completed 30 consistent days of this practice. And it was brought to my attention yesterday as I was talking to a student just how versatile yoga is and how we can use it as a wellness practice for our total being, for our physical health, yes, our mental health, and our emotional health. So each of these practices that we do throughout the week is meant to support a different aspect of ourselves. So, our restorative practice is there to support our nervous system. Our strength practice is there to support our musculoskeletal system and building up our framework. Our Vinyasa practice is there for mobility and really creating ease of movement in our body. Kundalini is there to awaken us to that deeper part of ourself, our intuition, our inner knowing, our knowledge. And then we have our yin practice where we settle in and we focus the mind and we really exercise the mind as we focus the mind. So every practice really serves us in a different way. And that's why the schedule is set up the way that it is. And I know that I said that on day 1 to help explain that, but I hope that now that we're at day 28 and we've been through 4 weeks of this practice, 4 weeks of showing up for ourselves and utilizing this practice to benefit our whole well-being, that now it's not just something that I'm saying and you're hearing, that it's something that you've actually been able to experience yourself. And it turns into an experiential process, an experiential thing for you where you're like, yeah, I really did feel like my mental health was better. My thoughts, they were more positive. I was more patient. Yeah, I really did feel more in tune with my inner self. And it was easier for me to make decisions and I gained some clarity. Yeah, I really did feel stronger throughout these last 4 weeks. I really did look forward to my yoga practice. I really did see these things benefit my life and expand into my life. And as we wrap up in a couple days this 30-day challenge, the classes don't stop. So sure, take a break, absolutely, or not. I'm not. I'm just going to continue waking up on Tuesday morning, teaching a 7 a.m. class, just like I did and just like I've done for the last 3 years. So just know that even though we're coming to the end of this 30-day journey, the yoga doesn't stop and I don't stop sharing this practice. So I'm going to still be here for you. The October focus is Awaken. That is the theme of all of our different classes. So this month we focused on motivation, dedication, commitment. Next month, we are focused on awakening. And what I mean by that is as we move through these physical practices, we start to awaken to our physical self. As we do these slower mental practices where we exercise the mind more so than the body, we start to awaken to our thoughts. We become more aware of the thoughts that go through our mind, and we become aware that we can choose our thoughts. And then as we have these thoughts and these physical sensations, those create emotion. So we start to awaken our emotional awareness as well. So that's what our focus is for October. So I really hope that you'll join me for some classes in October to awaken yourself using your practice to these different mental, physical, and emotional aspects of you, coming to a place of love and acceptance. All right, I've talked enough. I appreciate you and I'm excited to share today's class. Let's start in a seated position with our legs extended out. Get nice and tall. I don't think we really need any props today. This class will move quite quickly as we move through these different styles, these 5 different styles of practice. Let's inhale, get nice and tall, and exhale, hinge forward. So we're starting with our yin practice because yin is most effective in a body that has not been warmed and loosened yet. So as we move through our class, our muscles are going to get warm. And then when our body is warm, when our muscles are warm, they take most of the stretch. And what we really want in our yin practice is to create healthy stress in our ligaments, our joints, our tendons, and our fascia. So we want the body to be cold. So we start with our yin practice in our fusion classes right off the start, just feeling into our edge is what it's called in yin. When you come forward and you feel that slight bit of resistance, that's your edge. And you do not have to push past that edge. You can hang out there. And the most amazing thing happens. The body releases. The body starts to create more space. So we'll just hang out here for a few more breaths. Connect to your breath. Let yourself sink in. I hope that after 4 weeks, you've realized how important the breath truly is to our practice, and how it is just as important as the postures themselves. So let's activate that Ujjayi breath, inhales and exhales through the nose. You can gently press your tongue against the roof of your mouth to create some restriction in the back of your throat. If you can hear yourself breathing, that's perfect. That is the Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi means just control or restrict. So as we press that tongue up, we create some restriction in the back of the throat, and we're able to regulate the breath that much more, that much easier. Let's come through center, bring the soles of the feet together, and let's come into a butterfly. And for today's butterfly, let's take our hands onto our knees, and maybe we just let the hands rest on the knees and feel that opening through the hips. So you're not pressing the knees down, you're just letting the hands rest on the knees and just noticing how even that little bit of extra weight gives a little bit more opening, but it doesn't have to be forced. The body, it doesn't have to be forced, especially not when we allow the time creating the space. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. "28 days, 4 weeks straight of showing up for yourself consistently, of staying dedicated to your practice. That is so beautiful. And it's okay to be honest that it wasn't always easy and you didn't always want to show up. Maybe you noticed on day 23 that it got really hard. Maybe you noticed that by day 10, it got that much easier. You started to look forward to your practice. Maybe it happened sooner. Maybe it didn't happen at all. I hope it did. Come through center. Let's come into an easy seat, cross-legged. I'm going to turn and face you, ground down into your sitting bones, get nice and tall, and we'll come into shifting into some Kundalini movements. Our Sufi grind. Inhale, bring the chest forward, and exhale, round the spine back. Inhale, bring the chest forward, and exhale, round the spine back. I invite you to close down your eyes and really focus on your breath here. Inhale as you come forward and exhale as you round back. Notice what you feel through the spine as you do these gentle movements in the body. I mentioned the Awaken theme for October. I'm really excited to share those classes with you. I think that yoga really helps us to awaken to our own inner awareness. Let's change direction. And that's basically, what the intent is for our practices next month, is to start to connect how our physical awareness is connected to our mental awareness, connected to our emotional awareness, and how we can use that awareness to really benefit ourselves. And let's take a few more. Let's connect to today's affirmation. I am motivated by the joy fulfillment of my goals offers me. I am motivated by the joy of fulfillment that accomplishing my goals offers me. I hope that you feel great about whatever you have done over the last 28 days. Let's come through center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands onto the shoulders, fingers in front, thumbs in the back. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Link your breath to your movement. Powerful breaths. Come through center. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. And let's shift you through center, coming into our tabletop position and our cat-cow movement. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your knees under your hips. Let the shoelace side of your feet rest into the mat. And I encourage you to spread your fingers out wide and really feel the floor beneath your palms. And then inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, shine the chest forward, lift your gaze, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, round your spine, head hangs heavy, press through your palms, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, back into your cow, arching your spine, lifting your gaze. Exhale, cat, round your spine, head hangs heavy. Take 3 more and feel free to link any organic movement to this movement. Might feel good to sink the hips slightly back toward the heels. It might feel good to shift the hips from side to side. And let's take 1 more round. As you find that neutral tabletop position, let's tuck the tailbone under and really feel into that engagement through the core. Maybe you're building your core muscles. Maybe you've noticed your core strengthen over the last 4 weeks. Just feel into that. Let's flip our toes, press your hips up and back, come into your downward facing dog. Let's start to bend into one knee, bend into the other, shift the hips from side to side. It's totally okay if your heels are off of the mat. And part of the intention of this pose is to create length and space through the back line of the body. So if you're feeling some tension, that's okay. Let's find some stillness as we spread the fingers out wide at shoulder width distance. And we have the feet at hip width distance, sinking the chest toward the thighs, helping to elevate the hips. Sink forward into your high plank, stacking shoulders over wrists. We're going to take it through our Vinyasa flow. Inhale here. Exhale as you lower to a hover or all the way down. Squeeze the elbows into the side body. Unflip the toes. Press through the palms, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So there's multiple names for that movement, that linking of movements. I like to call it chaturanga. It's also called a vinyasa flow or just a flow. So it's all the same. Let's do it one more time. Chaturanga is just fun to say. You might want to say that out loud right now, chaturanga. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale as you lower to a hover or all the way down. Squeeze the elbows in, unflip the toes, press through your palms, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Look forward, step forward, rise into your mountain pose. Tuck that tailbone under, get nice and tall from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Roll the palms forward, stay nice and open through your chest. Maybe you even feel some engagement through your glutes. We're wanting to get really solid in our mountain pose. So really think about like a mountain standing strong. Roll the palms forward, open through the chest. Let's extend the arms up overhead, palms touch. Inhale here. Exhale, palms to the right, hips to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, hips to the left, fingers to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus out your arms, open through your chest, lift your gaze. Inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold, ride that breath all the way down. Take a moment, let the head hang heavy. Keeping the feet together. Shift forward into the toes, press back into the foot. Just really feeling into the back line of the body. On your next inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, sink the hips back, lengthen the crown forward. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step your feet back into your high plank. Let's take it through that chaturanga. Maybe say it with me. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high, bend your knee, stack your hips, open up your body to the right. Look between your hands, take that right foot, swing it all the way through, low runner's lunge. Take a moment to shift forward, shift back, sinking into that front knee. Sink forward, stacking the knee over the ankle, pop your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise to your warrior one. So your back foot is pointed toward the top left corner of your mat. Front foot is pointed straight forward. Take your hands onto your hips, square your hips and shoulders forward. Now, if you can't square forward, open your stance slightly until you can get those hips and shoulders squared forward. Sink into the front knee. Let's inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, open up to your warrior two, paralleling your back foot to the back side of your mat. Heel to arch alignment, knee over the ankle, shoulders over the hips, chest is open, arms are straight and strong, gaze is forward. Flip that front palm, back hand comes down, front hand comes back, reverse your warrior. Come back to your warrior two, inhale here. Exhale your hands down, step your foot back, maybe float that leg. Let's take it through a chaturanga. Inhale your left leg high, bend your knee, stack your hips, open up your body to the left. Look between your hands, slowly, gently swing that foot all the way through, low runner's lunge. Take a moment, shift forward, shift back, maybe straighten through that front leg. Sink forward, stacking your knee over your ankle, pop your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise to your warrior one. Let's get set up, back foot's pointed to the top right corner of your mat. Front foot is pointed straight forward. Bend into that knee. Hips and shoulders are squared forward. Again, if you're having trouble squaring, open up your stance. Reach through your fingertips, spin the pinkies in, draw the shoulders down. Inhale here. Exhale, open up to your warrior two, paralleling your back foot to the back side of your mat. Heel to arch alignment with the feet, gazes forward, arms are straight and strong. Reverse your warrior, flip the front palm, back hand comes down, front hand comes back, lengthen through the side body. Back to your warrior two, inhale. Exhale your hands down and low or chaturanga. Maybe float that back leg. Shifting into the strength portion of class. Look forward, step forward. Bring those feet to touch as you rise to your mountain pose. We're not going to incorporate weights, but this is all about engagement and strength. Sink the hips back, chair pose. Reach the fingers forward. Now we're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Lengthen the crown forward, chair plane. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, chair pose. Let's forward fold. Ride that breath all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Let the hands hang down. Use the core here. Let's lift the flat back. Pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release the hands down, step your feet back, take it through your chaturanga. Inhale your right leg high, step it through into your warrior 2. And let's straighten through that front leg, parallel the feet. Pop the heels in, the toes out. As you sink into your wide leg squat, let's press our palms together, create some traction between the palms and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows out wide, engage through the core. Right elbow, right knee, left elbow, left knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come out wide. Let's straighten out, lift up, sink back in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Palms come out, last piece. Pulse forward. Link those thumbs together. 5, 4. Feel those quads. 3, 2, 1. Come back forward. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Step that foot back. Maybe float that back leg. Let's take it through a chaturanga. Inhale your left leg high. Step it through into your warrior 2. And straighten, parallel the feet. Pop the heels in, the toes out. Let's keep the arms out wide as we sink into our squat. Flip your palms facing up. Pulse those palms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink a little lower. Bend into the elbows. Shoulder press. 5. Reach up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows wide. Bring the elbows together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. Come back forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale your hands down. Step your foot back. Let's take it through our chaturanga. Look forward. Step forward. Stay hinged forward as you let yourself come all the way down, 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 down onto your bottom. Let's come down onto our back. Tuck the heels in toward the glutes. Fingertips reach towards your heels. Let's inhale, lift into our bridge pose. Shimmy the shoulder blades underneath the chest. Tuck the chin to the chest to the chin. Big breath in. Full breath out. And again, big breath in. Full breath out. Let the hips come down. Lift the legs straight up toward the ceiling. Zip the legs up tight together. Flex your toes to your face. Slow and controlled. Let's lower the heels down for 5, 4, 3. You can hover on 2, point the toes, scissor kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest. Wrap your hands around your knees and slowly rock from side to side. If you have some props handy, you can use your props as we really slow things down into our restorative practice. I am not going to use props, so it's really up to you. Let's come into a twist. Dropping both knees over to the right to start. Cactus out the arms. And take a deep breath in. Now, if you have props, you can always use props to come underneath the knees to just bring a little bit more support. And if you don't, you can just let the body find this twist. As we really start to slow things down, reconnect to your breath awareness. Bring your knees through center. Drop them over to the left. You can keep the arms cactus. Maybe you have that prop on this side too. Come back to your breath. Come back through center. Take a moment, wrap your hands around your knees, gently rock from side to side. Let's extend our right leg long. Keep the left leg tucked in, and let's do some gentle circles out to the right. And let's take that left foot, extend it up, reach for the back of the left leg if that's accessible, and just roll out your ankle. And we'll switch it out. Left leg comes down, bend into the right knee. We'll do some circles out to the right. Send that left leg up, roll out your ankle. And slow and controlled, bring that right leg to meet the left. Let's set ourselves up for our final resting pose. Palms can come down by your side. You can close down your eyes. And let's come back to our breath awareness to take a couple deep breaths here. Now, as we come into this final resting pose, if lying flat on your back is just not comfortable, find something that is. It's more about discovering what is comfortable for you and what allows you to relax than it is about me deciding what posture you should be in. So find what's comfortable for you. Maybe it feels better to have the soles of the feet together, the knees wide in a butterfly. Maybe it feels better to have the feet planted on the floor and the knees coming together. Maybe it feels good to you to be flat on your back. You decide, and know that you can always use your props here too. As you sink and settle into this nice relaxing pose, it's said to be that Shavasana is the most important posture of all class. We work to get here into this relaxation. I'm going to let my voice fall silent for a couple minutes. Don't worry, I'm watching the time. Really allow yourself to let go. Relax, let go. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your wrists and ankles, bringing that awareness back into the body. Let's bring the knees into the chest and just gently rock right and left. Grab the backs of the legs, rock yourself all the way up, coming into a seated position. Let's press our palms together, tuck our chin to our chest. Take a deep breath in and open mouth exhale, let it go. Day 28, complete. 4 weeks of consistent practice, whatever that looked like for you. I invite you to take your hands over your heart and just take a moment to acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge yourself in appreciation, in gratitude for this journey and for your commitment and dedication. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share this practice with you. I really appreciate you. I'm always open to feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, follow, whatever works for you. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. I hope to see you again on your mats tomorrow for our Sunday reflection class. There'll be some gentle movement. And let's look at why affirmations are so powerful and how we can use them on our mat and off our mat. And then we'll do a little bit of gentle movement. And then Monday is our Vinyasa practice and our day 30. So great job. I'm sending you so much love and light. I will see you tomorrow. Until we meet again, may your light be your guide.